Hey there, it's Andrea Henriksen here from the Breakfast Coach, juiced for business results. And in my last blog post, we talked about Curb Your Nerves, 7 hot tips to mastering public speaking and improving your sales conversion. And I wanted to elaborate a little bit on that last tip, which is all about being able to practice out loud when you're speaking in front of any audience. It doesn't matter whether you're having a one-on-one meeting with a potential client, a prospect, or whether you are sitting in front of a large audience. It could be a small group or it could be a larger group. But one of the hot tips that you really want to really consider as part of your development and improving public speaking and also your conversion rates is to practice out loud. And what that means is, talking out and saying out loud what it is that you want to be able to convey to your audience. And the thing that we often see is people write pages and pages and pages of notes, particularly when they're speaking in front of an audience. And that doesn't always work, because I'm sure you'd agree, when the notes get left behind and you've got to get up and speak in front of your audience, or even with your prospect, you're never going to remember everything that you wrote down anyway. So it's a bit of a false thinking to be able to consider that you could remember everything. So by speaking it out loud, the benefit that you have is that you can hear what you're saying and you can self-correct. So if you say something that doesn't sound quite right, you can actually stop and give it another go and hear as to whether you think in yourself whether that's the message that you want to be able to convey to your audience. The other benefit is that by saying it out loud, it's actually impacting your neurology. So you're more likely to remember the key things and the key messages as to what you want to say. So my recommendation is to ditch the notes, put things in dot point form, practice those things out loud, and then leave the notes behind and really begin to trust that you have everything that you need to be able to convey to your audience, which leads me to hot tip number 2, which is the focus of today's blog, which is another awesome tip for you to consider in your public speaking and converting prospects into clients. Is the number one thing that we always see is that people, when they're public speaking, have their focus on themselves, and that's why they get all nervy and they seize up and they can go blank. When you have your message and your focus on the audience, you have to remove yourself from that picture. Your body becomes the vehicle or the conduit, if you like, to be able to get your message across. So when you take your attention off yourself, you're in a much better position to be able to do that, because you're not worrying about how you sound, or you're doing the right thing, or you're the people getting your message. You have to just be able to trust by doing step 1, and that is practicing out loud, that you can say it out loud and for that message to be getting across, by which means you then get yourself out of the way. So I trust that this has been of value to you. We have a free breakfast coming up this Thursday, the 26th of October. There's places left. Not too many, but there's a few places left. So if you're interested in improving and working on your public speaking skills and how that may relate to sales conversion, I'd really recommend that you come along, check it out. It's an hour-long breakfast. As I said, it's free, and I'd love to see you there. Have an awesome day and be juiced for business results.